recording. I'm in Dota, and then so I'm gonna hit play, and then I'm gonna minimize the thing, and then we'll start
Yeah, I'll do 5
casting.
seconds of silence. 5
Okay,
seconds. That
cool.
sounds okay.
Yep. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Radiant team ban. Dire team Radiant team ban.
Welcome everybody to our first game casting at the Utah Corona Cup. This is Dark Horse versus Sylar's Wrath, and I'm with my co-host Stuff.
What's up, everybody? Well, these are two pretty good teams here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see this first match. Sylar's Wrath, they have quite a long history. Ever since I've been knowing about the LAN, they've been kind of playing together on and off. These 5 players are very good. One of them I don't know is Trickster. I'm excited to see how he fits in with the team. He seems like a new Utah addition. He is a Divine 5 player, so
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, that's that's pretty cool. This team actually has 4 Divine players and then 1 Legend player. The Legend player is Sylar. Sylar does play pretty well though for a Legend player. And then Dark Horse, you can go ahead and take over what you know about them.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's 3 ancient players on them. So Stuff is Ancient 2, King Bob's Ancient 3, or maybe it's Ferocious Spud the Ancient's 3, and then King Bob is also Ancient 2, I believe. And then Dr. Maxito has been climbing. So he used to be Archon, but he was Archon 2, I believe just a few weeks ago, and now he's Legend 3. So he's been improving quite rapidly. And then we have Rue. He was Immortal last season, and then this season I believe he's Divine 2, Divine 3.
Divine 5.
Oh, all right. He's pretty good then. Plays worse than that, but
yeah. So we have I think a good group of match. Obviously, Dark Horse is going to be kind of the underdog in this matchup, and I think but they kind of rise to the occasion. We know that in previous lands they've kind of steadily improved and gotten better. They do have a player general who isn't playing with them. He's also been an Immortal Divine player for them. So with him not playing, I'm not sure how they'll do with, usually they replaced either Ferocious Spud or Dr. Maxito. So one of the lower players for one of the higher ranked players. We'll see how they do in this matchup, though. I'm excited to see this first matchup.
So talk to me about these bans. They seem very peculiar.
Yeah, so, well, okay, interesting. So we got a first pick, Wraith King. So Dark Horse actually won the coin flip, and they elected to get the first pick.
Didn't they elect to go Radiant?
Yes, they elected to go Radiant, and then Sylar's Wrath elected to go second pick. Sylar's Wrath wanted to have that last pick to kind of counter their mid hero. I think that a lot of times in the past, Dark Horse has really wanted to have that counter pick in the mid lane.
Sure.
But it's kind of interesting. I don't know if they're adopting a new strategy. They elected to not pick the second pick, but we have
because typically
Typically,
Rue has been the one that's kind of carried their games. Like if Rue wins mid, then they win the game. If he loses mid, then they lose the game. That's typically what used to happen.
Right. So they want to give him the best matchup, but it's kind of interesting to me that they, maybe they're prioritizing this Wraith King because it makes more sense. These bans do now. Also, there's a replay bug. Do you see the first ban or not?
I do see
just a blank.
Oh, see,
okay,
so Vengeful Spirit. On the Dark Horse side, they banned Vengeful Spirit, which I believe is a player special from Sylar's Wrath, and then PL, and then DP, and then Slark.
Gotcha.
And then on the other end, Sylar's Wrath banned Leshrac, which I believe they wanted to ban because of Rue, and then Lycan, Underlord, and Mars.
Gotcha. So I think for the most part, it looks. Yeah, makes sense to me. Dark Horse kind of banning out some heroes that they think are just powerful right now. I think Sylar's Wrath pretty much doing the same. So since this is the first game of the tournament, I don't think they're doing too many player-specific bans. But yeah, it looks like Rubik into Void Spirit. How do you feel about Void Spirit?
Very good. This is an early pick for Void Spirit. I feel like if you get silence or a leash of some sort, then Void Spirit feels very underwhelming. He can only use two abilities, but he can't use any escape, and that's really what makes the Void Spirit powerful, is just getting in and out of fights. So I feel like this is a very early pick for Void Spirit, but they may just put him in now for sure. I think they'll put him in the off lane. I was going to say either off lane or a 4 position. I've been seeing some 4 position.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know if it'd be the mid just because they're wanting that last pick for mid.
Right.
We do see Dark Horse ban out Simba's Invoker. Simba is known for his Invoker. I think he plays it a lot. And so he's
10 seconds
that's
remaining.
that is a player perspective ban, player respective ban, and then
It's also,
the Nyx
it doesn't feel
Assassin.
great to have your mana burned as a Wraith King, so that's just
Right.
one element of mana burn with the
That's a good
Quasquest
point.
Invoker.
That's a good point. Denying one of those, and then
Yep.
they got rid of the Nyx Assassin. Do you think that's just to protect the Void Spirit? Because Nyx is pretty good against Void Spirit.
I think both him and the Snapfire. I think Nyx is very, very good against Snapfire. Basically,
point. Yep.
one ult proc,
Gob.
and it
Yeah.
boom, it's over. And
Yeah,
and
that makes
Snapfire
sense.
really needs multiple in order to do any damage. So
Yeah, good point. Dark Horse coming out for the Wraith King, Undying, and Spirit Breaker. Big tanky strength heroes right now. Undying, I imagine, will be playing on the support role.
5 seconds
On
remaining.
one of the support roles anyway. I'm not sure if it's 5 or 4 at this point. Spirit Breaker probably maybe a 4, maybe a
3
a
possibly.
3, possibly.
I love the
Um,
lockdown here. As we were mentioning with Void Spirit, he really hates to be locked down. He wants to be able to be mobile, and so
Right.
having a stun from their carry and from the Spirit Breaker, 2 stuns is really nice, as well as the bashes, obviously.
Right. So one thing I think of immediately when I think of 3 strength heroes, big strength heroes, I think of Timbersaw. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Oh,
just like
absolutely.
that. Do you think that they pick it now? I think Dark Horse may be aware of that. Maybe they just ban it in this next phase. So do you think Sylar's Wrath is going to pick the Timbersaw
I would if I was
before the
Sylar.
banning phase?
I would definitely if I were Sylar's Wrath, because I agree right now, but it does feel weird because they have the Void Spirit. So it's like,
Yeah.
are they going to force Void Spirit to go mid, or
They could do that. Maybe you're
I
right
guess
though.
they,
Maybe what they do is that they just save the 5th pick
yeah,
for potentially the Timbersaw,
okay,
and then switch it as needed. Maybe
yeah.
that's what they do. Um,
Yeah,
so
and
they
I
still need
guess
a
potentially there
carry.
could be a Timbersaw mid as well, depending on the matchup. But they'll be able to see the matchup, so I think I agree with you.
Yeah, Sylar's Wrath is really thinking about this. I think they're debating on the Timbersaw right now because their time is really going down into this. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe they can play it. I've played Timbersaw 1 as well. I think it's a good. It's pretty good. Maybe they're thinking about that as well.
I think
So
they'll have to see the lane matchup again to make sure that they can have a good Timbersaw game. Right now, it does look like the safe lane will have 2 strength heroes regardless.
right.
But so it looks like a good off laner. But again, because of that Void Spirit, I just don't know if you want to commit that until you see as a mid until you see what the
Well,
remaining picks are.
I'm thinking their offlane could also have 2 strength heroes, right? Undying Spirit Breakers potential, I think,
It's true.
is
That's a good point.
so yeah.
Yeah, it feels like
We'll
you
see.
can get it
5
away with a
seconds
good
left. They
lane.
have to pick. What's their pick? Dragon Knight.
DK.
Okay, so
Interesting.
one of those 2 has to be a mid hero, right? So maybe what they're doing is basically saying, "Hey, we're going to show you one of these. We're not going to tell you which one it is. We'll see what you pick."
Yeah. An instant
Gyrocopter.
gyrocopter pick. Wow.
Where do you think this is going?
I have no idea. I have to assume mid that Rue plays a really good gyrocopter, but it
That's
could
an
be carry.
interesting. That's a
Could it
strange
be an
mid pick,
off
though,
lane?
right?
Is gyrocopter strength?
No, a mid pick. Sorry,
Oh, oh,
that just doesn't seem like your standard mid. I don't
oh!
see a
I
lot of
agree
people
with
playing
you.
gyrocopter
But I
mid.
have seen Rue specialize with the gyro mid.
Gotcha.
Could it also be an off lane Wraith King with a gyrocopter
10
carry
seconds remaining.
Because maybe they throwing the Wraith King as the first pick
to
to
just
kind of
throw him
throw him
off?
off.
Yeah,
Right. Like, yeah, I could definitely see that where they're just kind of throwing him off a little bit and being like, hey, this is our carry, counter pick it. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, it's not. You know what I mean? It's
right,
like just
right.
an off. Maybe it's even a 4. Do they run this as a 4, the Spirit Breaker 3, and
Oh,
then the
interesting.
Undying is the 5?
I
That could
actually
be an
have
option
even
too.
seen Wraith King 5.
Huh.
It's weird, but it does draw a lot of counter picks and things like that. But honestly, they haven't drawn many counter picks. We don't see
So,
any mana burn heroes.
right.
There's nothing that he really fears right now.
So why is Dark Horse not banning the Timbersaw, I guess? That's the interesting thing to me right now.
Well, they have
Like,
their ban. Oh, they just banned AM. So they'd rather
AM.
play against the gyro than the AM, I guess.
Interesting. This is an interesting feel to me. I'm wondering what Sylar's Wrath is thinking about this
Yeah.
because I think they were thinking hard about picking the Timbersaw as number 4 and like, do they ban the Timbersaw? You know what I mean? But
Right,
then they ban
right,
the Anti-Mage, and now they're like, well, why did they do that?
right.
So clearly, Dark Horse thinks that
10
that
seconds
Sylar's
remaining.
is still missing their 1, which I kind of agree with that. I think either Void
5
Spirit or
seconds
DK would be the
remaining.
off lane. Pretty sure DK is going to be mid. I know X5 he plays a good mid DK. So I'm not sure who would be their Void Spirit player though. So
Yeah,
I
that is
know.
interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know Trickster very much. I don't know what position he plays, so we'll have to see. Dark Horse, thinking about this last pick, what do you think would kind of
Put it together.
put it together? Yeah.
Honestly, I think they need a little bit more control. I like the gyrocopter follow up to the Spirit Breaker charge in and things like that. I think you can get off your second ult charge, which is where you do a lot of your damage. But I just feel like right now, I feel like Void Spirit can get away, and right now Void Spirit looks like a good mid.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You get a range though, right? You get a range
Team pick.
like the Weaver. Would Weaver be good here? Brewmaster.
Brewmaster, interesting. I think Weaver
So
would have been good
there's
because they
literally
have low
four.
amount of catch.
So
But
why on earth would they not ban a Timbersaw? There's literally 4
oh my
melee
god,
strength heroes. Like this is this not just
did
the
they forget
best
about it?
Timbersaw pick ever?
Did they forget about Timbersaw?
Maybe that could be. I think Sylar's Wrath just picks
I
Timbersaw
think
here,
they
right?
have
There's
to
just
here.
no way. This is like the dream Timbersaw game.
Right.
It's literally like,
There it is.
yeah, there you
There's
go.
the
The
Timbersaw.
Timbersaw pick. Yeah, I'm interested to see like why Dark Horse. Yeah, that's an interesting
This,
thing.
this
That's just
feels
that's
like
just
an
a dream
outdraft.
Timbersaw game.
Yeah, this
Maybe
feels
they
like an
didn't think
outdraft.
that any of Sylar's Wrath plays
It
that
could be
hero.
that. But
Okay, well, the Trickster is actually playing this.
oh, the new player.
So maybe they didn't know that Trickster played it.
That's a Divine
that could have
5
been. Divine
Timbersaw.
5
That's
Timbersaw,
scary
that's
against 5 melee strength heroes.
4 melee strength
Or
heroes.
4,
Yes.
yes, correct.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well,
Yeah.
like we said, there's 4 Divine players on the Sylar's Wrath team. Their lineup looks pretty good to me. I'm interested to see Simba's Rubik. I haven't seen Simba's Rubik. Usually Simba plays mid for this team, so I'm interested to see that. He might specialize in Rubik, though. It looks like he has a pretty good set for it, so usually that's
Yeah, that's true.
indicative of that. So.
Very true. Let's look at the other sets.
On the other hand, so obviously Wraith King is their one.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So we have Stuff's Wraith King.
Didn't Stuff usually play in the off lane?
I think you're right, but I think with General being substituted out, they had to probably get a
That's
different carry.
true. That's a good point.
General was their carry, so I think that they probably are going to have Stuff playing carry. I don't know if they'll vary that at all in this tournament, but
yeah, interesting.
Anyway,
very interesting.
King Bob, wow, look at that!
What a win rate in the last
17-3.
20 matches.
Wow.
85% win rate in the last 20 matches.
That's
well,
insane.
no wonder they prioritized it in their first 2 picks. That's
Right.
amazing.
So X5's 68 and 50 as his Dragonite. He does have a good Dragonite, so. So let's do introductions, I guess. Let's start off with the Radiant side. So for our number 1, we have Stuff on the Wraith King. He'll be laning with Dr. Maxito on the Undying. Our mid laner, Rue, he will be on the Gyrocopter. And just a little bit of banter in the all chat right now. Just saying, that's kind of funny there. And then in the offlane, we'll have Ferocious Spud on his Brewmaster and King Bob on his 85% win rate Spirit Breaker, which is very scary. That's really cool. Do you want to introduce the Dire side?
Sure, yeah. So we have X5 on the DK. We have Sylar on the Snapfire, which has been a very powerful hero.
X5 is going safe lane.
Oh, so carry. We did say that Void Spirit did look like an okay mid, which is played by Chicken Biscuit, who is an incredible player. Yes. And then we, like we had mentioned, Trickster is their offlaner with the Timbersaw, and finally we have the M Trying on the Rubik as their 4 support. So, what can we expect here at the rune fights?
M Trying is just Simba, just so you know.
Oh, Simba, okay.
Yeah, that's Simba on the Rubik. So it looks like in the first they're going to be kind of not really contesting for the runes. Neither side is really contesting much. So we'll just trade off runes. Undying does get a 2-man decay on bottom. And then immediately Timbersaw gets the Whirling Death and takes Dr. Maxito down to about half HP. So you see this Whirling Death already paying dividends. That's going to be an interesting matchup.
Very interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that here.
So mid lane, Chicken Biscuits against Rue. We'll see how this plays out. Definitely both skilled mid players.
Undying is getting a lot of strength here down bottom. He's going on this Rubik. Although that Whirling Death is just powerful.
Whirling Death, just with that 16
just
extra
powerful.
decay. That's
In fact, Dr. Maxito will already pop his salve.
And then Simba cancels it out. Great job by Simba canceling that. Dr. Maxito also chasing Simba.
Only
though, trying to get
300
Wraith King.
HP on that
Oh, that
Rubik.
hurts. That hurts. He's hitting for 81 right now, and he gets another strength stack. Ooh,
Ooh,
that
big
whirling
whirling death.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe what they're trying to do with this is having Dr. Maxito kind of zone him out to keep Timbersaw away from this Wraith King as much as possible.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't feel like it's
That
going
just
to work
hurts so
here.
much. So Trickster obviously brought out 2 mangoes.
Because he wants to keep those whirling deaths going. That's going to be his game-winning condition here. Or his lane-winning condition, rather.
Yep.
All right, jumping up to the upper lane here. Looks like we have some just some harassing, some trading. King Bob has to be a little bit careful as X5's coming over. Checking on
on the last hits, it's looking like right now, this is a pretty... I mean, DK's only got 4 last hits to Brewmaster's 2. The difference is though, that, look at this, Brewmaster has 2 full lanes pushing into him.
Oh, wow.
So whatever they did, whatever King Bob and Ferocious Spud did in this lane, they're winning this lane, essentially, just because now Ferocious Spud gets to last hit these creeps under with good amount of protection. And 5 is struggling.
Wow. And it looks like
so yeah, pretty even matchup though overall. 6-1 or 7-1 versus the 6-0.
down bottom they're pinging out
doing?
Dr. Maxito, trying to go on him. They recognize how low he is. If he can get another whirling death, he would go down here. They are
So he
very
does bring
aware.
out 3 more mangoes. And
There's
he
a
keeps on just
nice pole block by Dr. Maxito here. Only 1 creep heads over. Oh, a lift into the Timbersaw. They go on into the chainsaw.
Oh, he uses decay to barely get enough lifts. Is the one right?
Oh, he does go down. Does go down.
Great movement. They pinged him out like you said, and they kind of. Oh, did you see that skeleton actually cancel Simba's salve?
No!
That
Oh my
was
gosh! A
crit.
big crit from Stuff and he takes him down. And we do have a couple more skeletons chasing after Simba. Are they going to be able to take him down? He has no strength. What is he doing fighting these things? He's just. Oh my gosh! He has 1 charges.
What?
Oh, he goes down! Oh my gosh! He decided to man up all against these skeletons. He goes down. That's a double kill for Stuff in this lane that he should be losing. Oh my
the
gosh!
craziest thing ever. So one thing that I saw that didn't necessarily get. So Simba actually had his salve canceled by one of Stuff's skeletons.
Oh my gosh!
Like early on, and then he eventually just dies to him. That's absolutely crazy.
Oh my gosh! He did have those 1 charges. He didn't expect the damage to be coming out from that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I don't think
That's
Stuff realized it
crazy.
either. He was just farming creeps during that.
Like,
I'm
that's
sure
not
that
supposed to
bonus
happen.
gold was real nice for him though.
So how's this mid matchup going?
It looks like Gyro's taking a considerable lead here. 21 to 6.
21 and 6 to 16 and 2. Are you surprised by that at all, or you play Void Spirit mid a lot, right?
I do. I don't think that Chicken Biscuit is putting enough pressure on this Gyro. Gyro can't really do much against this shield unless he can get right on top of him with his rocket barrage. And with the creep wave there, it just doesn't feel like he should be losing this.
I see that the Gyro's prioritizing rocket barrage, getting those last hits with it. Chicken
Makes a lot of
Biscuits is doing
sense.
this day with his Resonate Pulse, so kind of interesting. Going back to top lane, we look at actually Ferocious Spud is having a 20 and 3 advantage over the 17 and 0, and they're going on Sylar right now. 17 on DK. DK does put out the Breathe Fire to reduce the damage. but
Sylar
it's
will
not
go
enough.
down, and King Bob is a little bit in danger, but he will back up, and X5 will not chase.
So that's huge. Our side lanes are, I would say, both are winning right now for Dark Horse. I mean, obviously, top lane is very close. Let me take a peek at the net worth really fast.
It looks like bottom, Simba is going on Dr. Maxito. Dr. Maxito's very low. It looks like he may go down here. Lifted into Timbersaw and gets cut down.
Yeah, so Simba actually was holding Fade Bolt. He could have gotten the kill, but wanted to give it to Trickster. Trickster, net worth-wise is having a bit of a rougher time. Is the bottom on the cores. And then everything else still pretty close though, less than a 1K lead for Dark Horse. So even though kill score has been in the favor of, only by 1 by Dark Horse, it's still a pretty even matchup. So
at the same time, they on the Dark Horse side, they've only lost supports, so they have not lost any cores. Versus Trickster going down was a big deal for this this safe lane Wraith King.
yes. So one smart thing in the bottom lane, both Trickster and Simba, experienced players, divine players, they know that getting a wand is going to be huge against Undying, right? Like
Right.
why? Here's the thing about it: when you have an Undying in lane, right? He obviously is going to cast a bunch of decays, so wand is going to be really good just because it's going to get a wand charges. But in addition to that, he's actually lowering your strength, and it eventually comes back. So if your strength is super low, what you can do is actually pop your wand charges before you get the strength back, and you'll gain a ton of it back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and
So you
actually it goes on the other side as well,
amount.
right? With Whirling Death cutting down your
Yes.
your strength.
Oh, we
I
gotta
missed a
kill
kill
up
up top. They're
First
able to
starting
get
King
down the
Bob.
Snapfire as well, and they're going on to X5. Can they?
This
can they,
duo is just is dirty.
I
like,
wouldn't
on that
expect a kill
supporter.
potential on that, but
Right,
I mean,
not me
the
either.
lockdown from King Bob is huge, and then the damage from this ferocious Spud Brewmaster, and they're going in on X5. They charge in. They're able to just do a lot of damage onto him. It gets him down to a third HP here.
So I don't think they can kill X5. He has 3 levels in Dragon Blood right now. He
Ooh,
opted
wow.
to go for that just to make sure that he could just last hit. And he's the second on the leaderboard. Well, he's tied with Wraith King right now for last hitting. So even though this has been a tough lane for them, he is still getting his farm. He's doing a good job not losing, not panicking. They're going on him again. I just still don't think they kill him.
Yes,
I mean, he has
it is
13
interesting.
armor right now.
He also has a
fact-
soul ring, so this doesn't really punish him that much because of that HP regen.
Well, look at a 22 HP regen. Yeah, that's
Right.
that's just a really hard kill. I think they've been doing good going on the Snapfire.
Yeah.
Mid lane, we're getting a sizable. Look at this, Rue, 45 and 19.
Wow.
The Chicken Biscuits is 29.
Oh, we missed a kill down bottom. It looks like Rubik actually takes this kill against that Undying. That Undying, obviously, against this Timbersaw is going to be cut down quite a bit. That's
Yeah.
what Undying relies on, is building those strength stacks, and that's what Timbersaw does well at. So,
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Void Spirit right now is the lowest out of the cores as far as last is. Is this concerning as a Void Spirit?
oh, absolutely. Void Spirit can farm jungle pretty well, but I don't see any stacks.
So Void Spirit actually has to use his Remnant out to make sure he gets that rune. He needs that bottle charge up. Rue also was low on bottle, but he's just getting zoned out hard. Like I feel like Void Spirit, as Void Spirit, you rely on a good lane, having a good lane.
It definitely helps, and especially I think the levels. So this 24 denies from Gyrocopter, massive pain for Chicken Biscuit here. I mean, he's a full level behind the Gyro, a full level.
Yeah, and he's just doing such a good job using that Rocket Barrage to keep the Gyro zoned at the same time.
Undying's diving onto Timbersaw underneath it. Oh, it gets him so low with that Strength Steal and the
He does a great job.
Soul Rip.
Yeah, he does a great job not committing when he's under tower. That was really good there. Top lane, so one thing that they did do, they're bringing up Rubik top lane. They're going to try to kill this Brewmaster.
If they can kill this Brewmaster, this would be huge.
What a charge by King Bob.
A triple
Cancels
stun there.
both of the supports.
King Bob will go down, but he saves his core. That was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. So one other thing they did is that they committed this stack, right, in that hard camp. There was a big stack that it looks like they had obs on, and they brought Simba up there to just kind of secure that they got those last hits. Ferocious Spud and King Bob did a good job contesting it for experience and everything like that. Undying does go down again in the bottom lane. So Undying actually has, how many deaths does he have right now? 4 deaths. Do you think this is detrimental to the bottom lane? Because it seems like Wraith King is the top farmer right now.
I think that's the price they're paying. I think that they understood the weakness here. Oh, and it looks like Wraith King TP's top. What are they doing here? But I do think that
contesting for the 10-minute runes, I think this is very smart.
Oh, it makes sense. Okay.
And they're leaving Undying to get the bottom ones. Great posturing position. This is really good. I love this movement.
Are they going to get all 4 with this?
Yeah, it looks like Undying's beating the Timbersaw to it. What a great movement to secure the runes. This is really important at this 10-stage game. They're going on DK. I don't know.
I don't know if they can kill this.
4 points in Dragon's Blood. I'm just...
The stuff does have 3 points in Vampiric Aura and 4 points in Mortal Strike, so if he can get a few lucky crits...
maybe a 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crits are just not going to do that much against that armor.
That's true.
12 armor.
Oh, Courier dies.
Regen.
Ferocious Spud's able to snipe that Courier there.
See if they can get Simba. Simba
is much squishier than...
Brewmaster commits his ult.
Okay. This is a big deal here.
This kill.
Stuns onto the Snapfire. We have
Great
another
control by
courier coming
Ferocious
in, and
Bud.
that's killed as well by its stuff. That's 2 couriers dead. Oh, and they TP in the Timber Saw. So now there's 4 heroes top from the Dire. I want to see a retreat here from the Radiant.
What a great cookie to get Simba out of there. Ferocious Bud only had 1 hit left on Simba.
Oh man.
Wow, great play on both teams, honestly. Let's see if Ferocious Bud.
It was a
great
nice
TP.
juke up. Oh, and will the cup be enough? Oh wow, he makes it out. Oh my gosh.
What knowledge from Ferocious Bud to TP out of that situation.
That was so
incredible.
close. So close.
So a 2K lead for Dark Horse. That could have been much worse. I think both teams responded very well to that fight. I liked Ferocious Bud's micro, making sure the DK gets up in the air, and then chasing down the Rubik, a support that he was able to kill. But at the same time, Sylar's Wrath had enough backup that they didn't lose anybody significant either. So
it looks like Gyro's coming top. Looks like Gyro wants in on these fights. He was feeling left out. Oh, and he drops the ult onto X5 here.
He sends the rocket onto Timbersaw to move him back, and then he goes on the DK.
That's big damage. All that magic from the Gyro. That was huge. Almost got the ult to interrupt the Timber Chain away, and it looks like they are diving. King Bob is wanting this kill. He does have the urn on to Timbersaw, but it looks like Timbersaw will get away, and they'll just turn onto Sylar to be able to finish a kill here and turn this into a push. They've got some skeletons. It looks like Undying will go down and bottom again against Timbersaw, but
so ultimately there's a trade here, right? Like
right.
We have Void Spirit mid lane trying to get some farm back. It looks like he's going Yule Scepter right now, and then Timbersaw getting a kill bottom, getting some levels up. He's going to be going for a Lotus Orb, which I think is a great item here. But in the meantime, with that movement top, they got a tower, they secured a shrine, an outpost, and they also, got a couple kills. So they killed the DK, which is their safe laner. Big kill there. The reason why they were able to bring him down, I think that was important for Rue to rotate because he's magic damage right now.
Absolutely.
And with DK's armor, that's just way too much. Let's see if they kill King Bob here. King Bob is trying to protect the outpost. They bring in the gyrocopter. What a stun.
Oh my gosh, Sylar's going down. One more hit. And Sylar does get away. Oh, that's a big. Oh, no, and the flat cannon ends up taking him down.
What a great flat cannon. It
looks like
down, though. That's a huge kill for Sylar's Wrath.
Ferocious Bud does commit ult, and he's going on to this Rubik. Let's see if he can bring him down. And it looks like he's just going to disengage here.
I think he smartly disengages. However, King Bob goes in on Simba, tries to get out.
He does miss the Aether Remnant. Oh, there's the stun. That will take him down.
So great response there. This fight recap shows that actually gold gain 666, funny enough for Sylar's Wrath, and then the XP over 1,000. So great response. Good little bit of a comeback as Dark Horse was gaining a sizable advantage. So nice kills from Sylar's
At the same
Wrath.
time, this stuff Wraith King is getting huge. He is
really
almost 2,000 ahead of the next highest core on the Dire.
What?
What happened? Where?
Dr. Maxito just soloed Trickster.
A solo kill from Dr. Maxito onto their offlaner. That's huge.
I mean, can we replay that?
I honestly wish we could. Like, I am going to, this is a live game, but somehow we were able to get the technology to rewind here. So, oh wow, okay. So he had just taken enough strength from the Timbersaw, and he got a big soul rip onto him, and was able to take him down.
Oh, and just the right click. Oh my goodness.
Just the right click to
crazy.
finish. That was incredible.
Nice.
So, at 14-17 in this game right now, we're starting to see a lot of things happening for the Radiant, for Dark Horse here. It looks like Dr. Maxito at 14-31 here is taking up these mangoes, and he wants to be able to have that mana. That's really nice, honestly, for that Undying. He just loves that mana.
So King Bob's charging bottom, going on the Rubik right now. Simba's, they had that vision of it. Do you think they fight here, or do you think he's just charging?
I'm not sure. I think he'll need more people, so.
I want to talk about King Bob. King Bob is, I think we understand. I've been watching him closely. I think I understand why he has an 85% win rate on this Spirit Breaker. He does these charges that are knocking the supports for the lockdown in the back line. He's making sure to give his cores that support that they need to not have to worry about the cores or the supports from Sylar's Wrath locking him down. He's getting several times when he's locking down you know, with his charge, several heroes.
Under attack.
It's not just one hero. It's usually he charges through a couple heroes, at least one, and hits the other one in the backline, which has been massive. So I do want to point out that Chicken Biscuit's very, very good at catching up. Obviously, we know he's a good player. He's on par. He's actually leading in experience over Rue right now.
Wow.
Rue obviously opted to go help his top lane
Sure.
and probably lost some farm time and everything like that. But experience-wise, Chicken Biscuits is in the lead. That's huge. However, net worth-wise is a different story, right? I think Rue is almost 2,000 above Chicken Biscuits, which is major. Wraith King is an entire, well, almost 2K above DK as well, and then that's what brings up the 5K lead.
And
That's
it looks like they're going to commit for this mid push. They have a ton of skeletons just wanting to push here.
Great
Rubik
job for
does.
Simba.
Yep, that was a nice lift up.
The charge back.
And they're committing Snapfire ult. It looks like good positioning
Brewmaster
for it, but Brewmaster ult disrupts it almost entirely here. The stun goes on to Void Spirit, who dodges into it. And Wraith King will use his first life go down, but Void Spirit ends up going down as well.
Ursa Spud going on the back lines, tossing up the supports, making the supports work hard, and it looks like the cores are backing up.
And it looks, oh wow, they
do
get a
kill
major
Ursa Spud
turn here.
immediately.
And Dr. Maxito's not going to be able to TP away. This is a big fight for Sylar's Wrath. They will end up taking 2 kills, just trading their mid for those 2 kills.
And they didn't lose the tower either. That's huge.
Right, absolutely.
So not a huge gold swing. Honestly, not a huge experience change either.
About a 300 of each, to be honest,
yeah,
to
difference.
going
So
in favor.
I guess the reason for that, even though the Dark Horse lost more heroes, obviously Sylar's Wrath lost their most experienced mid, right? He was leading in the experience graph.
Good point.
So and then Dark Horse only lost their offlaner.
Charge in from King Bob onto Timbersaw here.
So they're gonna try to keep going on this on Rue. Rue has 2,000 HP. That's an interesting build. He's going for Ags, and he's got an Ogre, Axe, and a Point Booster to really boost up that HP. So he's actually surprisingly tanky for a Gyrocopter. X5 is really testing his strength here.
He
just has
really
5
is.
people behind him. What a bait! 3-man stun.
Oh, a nice cookie onto Rue, who's locked him down and is able to cut him down here.
That is incredible. They just killed Rue. That is amazing. What a bait by X5.
It looks like Wraith
Yeah,
King
there's
is
5
behind.
team.
He's looking on to kill Simba here, but it looks like he pulls back. Chicken Biscuit does see him though. Is this going to cause issues? Stuff is running away here. They are chasing. He dodges that. Stuff is a pretty experienced Void Spirit player.
Simba's dying from Radiance. Simba
He
dies
is.
from
He is
Radiance.
dying from Radiance.
And they lost
Ends up
a
going
blade.
down, and they end up killing the mid as well. Stuff does go down to the Snapfire. That's a big kill.
Trickster,
That's a
I
really
think
big kill.
Trickster was in range of the experience. If he wouldn't have been in range of the experience, that would have been huge that he didn't die, but I think he was. Let's see the fight recap. Yes, 1,000 experience
Oh, wow.
for both Snapfire and for Timbersaw. So
Wow.
because Snapfire was a part of that as well, they got some major experience boost.
And that was huge gold too for that Snapfire.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be going the Greaves build that we've seen so much?
I mean, it's just so tanky. You just have this hero that just does so much damage, and you're thinking, oh, we can just kill him on the back lines. But he's just so tanky, you know, with that Greaves build. So I think that's probably a good option for them. Let's look at some of the items right now. So going through, DK's just finished his Halberd. I think that's huge. Against the Wraith King, also good against the Gyrocopter. Good against all of them, actually.
Absolutely. Brewmaster,
Timbersaw
Spiritbreaker.
decided to go for the pipe. What do you feel about that? How much
It's
magic
probably
damage?
to counter the Radiance and the Gyro Magic.
That's a good point.
I honestly think it's probably needed because of the Radiance. You saw Simba burn down to the Radiance in that last fight alone. If he had had a pipe stack on him, then that wouldn't have happened.
So Rue getting his Ags first completed, getting the Morbid Madasker, the Morbid Mask, just really wanting to tank up. I think he feels like he's kind of the magic damage dealer and just wants to not die.
Sure.
But obviously, you know, stuff with his Radiance also is magic damage, which I think is a great item this game. Very good against DK, because you don't want to worry about too much physical damage against him.
Yeah,
Wraith King
and
was
Void Spirit
thinking-
with his Simulate, you know, he can block a lot of physical damage, but obviously that doesn't do anything against magic.
Right. Wraith King was going BKB, opted in for a Blink Dagger instead. We have Void Spirit, still is barely finishing his Yule Scepter. That's a really late Yule Scepter. He is going to go Ags. What do you think about the new Ags on Void Spirit?
It's
Ferocious Spud getting caught out by 2 people. Let's see if he can escape. He does use his ult. Is this just to escape? There's really no backup right now.
Yeah, I don't think
he
they get any
of-
kills here. I think it was a good ult to get out. You don't really want to feed anyone at this point, and he is sending the Earth Panda out.
At the same time, Sylar's Wrath, though, they love that. Like, you just use an ult to escape. That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that they did bring 4 heroes down here, so they aren't getting a lot of efficiency on the map, versus you see Dark Horse just farming up the jungle, pushing 2 lanes out at the same time.
And getting mid tower.
And getting
just
good point. Wow, that's a big.
So, but however, I think that Sylar's Wrath is smartly turning this into a push. However, Rue TP's bottom and immediately sees this Ferocious Spud also here. They're going to try to counter this push. Looks like both teams are bringing 5 heroes. We're going to have a huge fight. Rue's getting low.
Snapfire ult is laid out, but most of it missed. It looks like he was stunned on the back by King
on
Bob.
the back lines. Yes,
And Stuff is cutting him off here. And it looks like he does get stunned up a little bit.
Goes down. That's huge. That lowers the damage immensely. From
Oh my
Sylar's
gosh,
Wrath.
wow.
Rubik gets out. Can they kill this DK?
They do have a Spirit Vessel onto the DK, which lowers a lot of his health regen here.
Great item choice by Bob.
And Stuff blinks out in front of him to be able to
kill
slow him down, and they bring him down. Oh, wow.
That is huge. So Sylar's Wrath was at a 2K, or brought this lead down to 2K, but now it's up to 5K again.
That was a
That's
big fight.
That's a huge XP change. 3,000 in
And
advantage for Dark Horse.
And
and over
almost
1,000.
2,000 gold.
Almost 2,000 for gold, yeah. And they're turning this into a push. So they defended their tier 2 push from Sylar's Wrath. They're turning this into a push themselves. That was amazing. So Rue was actually getting super low. But Stuff and King Bob go on the back line, stop the Snapfire ult, and then kill Snapfire, actually. And that kind of positioned Sylar's Wrath into an awkward point where they kind of had to back off on the front lines, where Rue and Undying, Dr. Maxi, there's another huge ult by Gyrocopter. I don't know why Sylar's Wrath is fighting this.
And yeah, Stuff just went in and
low.
just takes out Rubik here.
He has his ult.
Yeah, that must have just come off cooldown. Maybe they thought.
What a huge thunderclap!
Oh, wow.
On 4 from Ferocious Spud. Another charge in.
And they've got a Spirit Vessel onto this Timbersaw. He's going down. He's getting low.
Void
looks like
uses his ult, getting the Spirit.
Spirit Breaker will go down. It looks like they do want to disengage here, but they got a lot out of that.
That's once again a win for Dark Horse.
1,000 experience and 500 gold. Absolutely. And they brought all 5 heroes to that point to defend, so they were not getting a farming advantage there.
And they only killed the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker in the meantime is picking up Spirit Vessel charges, using them as much. That's huge against DK, against Timbersaw. That is quite a wonderful item. We didn't get to his items around the other person's items. Ferocious Spud. It looks like he's getting. Oh wow, interesting. He got Vlad's, which is pretty standard.
Looks like he's
queued up a Shadow Blade into a Silver Edge.
Yeah. There are some really good breaks on the enemy team. Both DK and Timbersaw want their passives for sure. I feel like it's not as good against Timbersaw though, because if Timbersaw already has the armor stacks, it doesn't take him away.
I love this move on Dr. Maxito. He just goes up, takes the outpost, goes in, plants a ward, and then just TPs out just to give them vision. The reason for that is like they're eventually going to have to be pushing this top tower. They already have vision bottom tower, and this ward he just planted actually gives both vision that's desired for the top push and the mid push. Mid lane, they're going on Rue hard. Commits an ult.
A nice charge through, is able to stun 2 from that. A big ult from Gyrocopter.
What? Oh, Ferocious Spud is critting hard.
It takes out the Snapfire on the back line, and Stuff's there too to take out Simba. Now
Void Spirit. There's 3 heroes on Void Spirit.
Sylar's Wrath should be looking to get out of here. Oh, I missed the Void Spirit, but yeah, King Bob takes him out.
Oh, what huge damage!
I love the decision to toss up the Timbersaw. He was gone for so much of the fight. And they only lose Reincarnation so far, and Wraith King blinks in, so he's in range to get this stun off. And he's the perfect stun on top of it, and there's the big crit to finish it. Wow.
So they just went on Gyrocopter but couldn't bring him down. with all the supports running back, I think the Morbid Mask with the Axe just keeps him alive, because what that does, it allows his side gunner to attack and lifesteal constantly, even if he's getting stun locked.
I'll tell you, I would not want to go on any of these core heroes of Dark Horse.
That's the thing. Even though Timber saw, we saw in that when Wraith King went down, how much massive damage that he was able to do with the Timber Chain and the Whirling Death, but they didn't die.
Right.
Except for
the reincarnation.
That was reincarnation. That was it. That's huge. So even though this Timber Saw was a huge counter, it just doesn't seem to be paying dividends. He's only at 6.8k right now. He just does not have the farm to make that big of a difference right now, and he had to go pipe, such a defensive item.
What would you have gone if you were the Timber Saw?
Well, I don't think it's wrong to go pipe at all. I think it's super good against Timber Saw. The issue more than anything is he's not farmed at all. He's super low in farm.
So you just want to see more items from him?
Yeah, more items, like more experience. I think even though Dr. Maxito's been dying a lot, he did a great job slowing down this Timber Saw. I also saw Dr. Maxito picking up a pipe, which is going to be huge in the fights, and I think that's part of the big reason why none of them died. They all got super low, but that last fight. But
this 5 is pretty farmed to have a pipe this early. That's excellent.
Yeah,
and they're gonna love that pipe. But that neutralizes a lot of damage from the Snapfire, the Rubik, and the Void Spirit.
Void Spirit, exactly.
It looks like King Bob has a BKB queued up. How do you like that?
That's interesting. I guess he's just been kind of going on the back lines and the supports and
doesn't
want to get locked down.
Oh, we have a smoke from Radiant.
Oh, good. They're going in to immediately go to Roche. I love this.
Oh, this is great.
They push the towers, the tier 2 towers. They want to get Roche.
Do you think this is obvious, though? They have 2 lanes that aren't pushed out.
I think it is. That's why I think Sylar's Wrath's coming, and now they know.
Oh, Timber Saw's throwing in his chakram. Oh,
they're not pushing out lanes, and they're like, where are they? They have to be in Roche, but it's too late.
They do so much damage.
Slowed down Timber Saw, and what they do, Sylar's Wrath decides to push bottom instead, which is smart. However, can they TP? Oh, they're TPing to defend. They get the rocket off.
This is going to be a big fight.
X5 TPs is. Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my gosh!
He's just dead.
He's gonna eat both of the call down charges, and he's gonna go down. He is tanky though. X5 is tanky.
So tanky, but that was so 0.2 seconds left on his TP.
Wow. What a timing there. That was a nice rocket from the gyro. So they put the Aegis on the gyro. I guess why wouldn't they just put it on the Wraith King and just send him up high ground?
I think that they probably just want to make sure that their gyro doesn't die.
Since
Wraith King's obviously got reincarnation, so
right?
I think that's probably why. And Brewmaster's not having a hard time getting off his split every fight, so they're not worried about that either.
Okay. We haven't talked about item progression, but it looks like there is a BKB now on the Wraith King, so that makes a lot of sense.
Satanic on the gyro.
Satanic. Oh my gosh, he doesn't need that Aegis.
HP. Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Put the Aegis on the Undying here.
So,
you know?
Right. So, or Spirit Breaker.
True.
So on the side of Sylar's Wrath, DK looking to get an AC. He got the plate mail, so he's just tanking up a ton.
I like that item.
Be brought down by magic damage.
Right.
Timber Saw 900 gold away from his Lotus. They just do not have the items to compete yet.
A Lotus does feel really good.
A Blink Dagger before getting any support items, and then Void Spirit still is 200 gold away from his Ags, but he should have his Ags next fight. Which we didn't talk about this, but Void Spirit, the new Ags, creates 2 silences, 2 charges of Resonant Pulse, which is a bunch of damage, and it also silences, which is huge. So maybe that will help him.
There's a lot of damage on his stuff.
Gets
cut down a lot. Here's the thing, though. They do a lot of damage, but now stuff is just going to go farm and get it all back really quick. Because he has this
Vampire Guard,
right? And he has Vampire Fangs.
And Vampire and he has the Vlad's Offering.
Oh, that's true. When he's close to the brew.
So he's just, he's already at full health again.
That's incredible. And they are going to take this tower really quick
Interesting
here.
move from Sylar's Wrath. Are they going to get this in time? Oh, they do. Very nice job. They make sure to get that outpost.
That is very important. They are very behind in experience.
And they get the 2 runes. That's huge. They see that you know, Dark Horse is kind of going away with this, and they're like, we have to get an outpost. They make the right call instead of defending that tier 2 and go get an outpost and 2 runes. 13k lead for Dark Horse.
Oh, wow.
This is huge. They have Aegis. They have Satanic. They have items.
They have the top 3
Sylar's
net worth.
Wrath needs more time.
Look at this. And it's a massive lead. A massive lead. This Wraith King is huge. He's 7k ahead of their next core. Or 6k ahead of their next closest core.
So why do you think he went back to Armlet? They are defending. They are not giving Sylar's Wrath stun. Oh, they get X5 again.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. He was so close again to getting out.
Oh, that is devastating. They're going on Rue. Top, so they noticed that everyone's TP'd out. They canceled Root's TP, actually.
He does have the Aegis, though. Can they get there in time after? Let's see. He gets a nice call down.
He's holding all 4 of them off.
He hasn't even died once yet.
Satanic.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
And the big charge in from King Bob. He throws onto the Spirit Vessel, onto the faceless, or the Void Spirit. And it looks like they're pulling full retreat. They're calling full retreat right now. But with that Dragon Knight dead, they're just going to push high ground.
Dragon Knight dead, and all of them are they've used their spells. This Snapfire ult just tickles at this point.
And they just take it the building's so quick. They still have the Aegis, they have the Reincarnation, they have all their tools available. Satanic's on cooldown. There's no killing these cores. This game looks pretty over here.
They're trying their best to defend it, but yeah, they're just regenning through this. Midrack's down. 18k gold league, and Sylar's Wrath cannot defend. They smartly try to back up. Wraith King going down.
Okay, they do get the Wraith King stun stolen from Rubik, and they're going to take down this Reincarnation. He's in a bad spot right now, and they get the pull in. They get the follow-up stun from Snapfire into the DK stun. This is full lockdown.
Life stealing back.
Oh my gosh, the big life steal. They cannot kill this man. And they can't burn his strength anymore either because of the BKB and then the blink out. They couldn't even kill that.
Once again, sacrificing his life, charging into 3 people to help the Wraith King out. Aegis is down.
Going on to Dr. Maxito. This is a little bit scary with the Aegis just expiring and the Reincarnation down. Oh, this is a big fight.
Reincarnation. A Ferocious Spud tries to TP out, gets it canceled.
And it looks like Trickster is following. He understands that it was down, but the Reincarnation just comes off cooldown, and now Trickster's in danger. He blinks ahead. He gets in there. He'll need a crit to take him down. Does he get it? Instead, Gyro will do the damage here. Snapfire does heal him up and gets him a snap in, so it looks like Trickster is fine. Gyrocopter pops his Satanic and is attacking in. He's healing up.
They're trying to go on Rue, but they split up and
stuff will end up taking down the Snapfire.
Damage.
Oh, yeah, he does end up taking down that Wraith King, but it looks like the Gyro will be able to get out. Will Rubik be able to take him? He takes the missile, he extends it onto the Rue.
Once again, King Bob helping his allies out.
Creating that distance, making sure Gyro will get out. That was a big fight.
Charge? No, great lift by Spirit Breaker.
That was a big fight for Sylar's Wrath. They take some important kills there.
Yeah. It was getting up to an 18k lead, now down to 13k.
Right. That was a 5.5k gold swing. And a 12 almost 13,000 experience change. Oh wow, that was an important fight for Sylar's Wrath. So what do you think that Dark Horse did wrong there? Did they just stay too long?
I just think they just stayed a little bit too long. I think that when Wraith King got popped, when his ulti got popped, when Timbersaw came in and popped his ulti, they got a kill, but they didn't need that kill, right? They could have just, Wraith King could have just backed off at that point, I think.
Good point.
And Gyrocopter probably could have made it out as well. So, but it's hard to know in that situation. You know, they also were able to kill a Timbersaw again, but then it put them in kind of a bad, precarious situation. Yep. So, probably would have been better just to back out. But they did get the racks. Ultimately, Dark Horse maintaining their lead, maintaining their position to win this game. And honestly, this is quite the upset if this occurs. The racks down. They're looking pretty good. Chicken Biscuits going for the BKB next.
So
X5 has finishes AC.
So this
Timbersaw, Lotus Orb. This is a big item. They're going on Undying. Undying just dies. I think it was
almost immediately. Yep. I think that was He was probably just trying to get a ward down or something, but now now they'll be looking for that ward. He didn't put a ward down, so maybe
So that's
he'll
probably a
waste a
benefit,
few
yeah.
sentries. But so 35 minutes. Looks like they're gonna get the bottom
This
runes.
Snapfire is severely underfarmed right now. Do you think that they just kind of are trying to give the Rubik as much farm as possible, and then just you know, having a Snapfire just be the 5 that just deals damage from the back lines?
It makes a little bit of sense, but I would rather see like a farmed Snapfire than I would a farmed Rubik. Like all Rubik needs is something to get in range of a steal, but there's not that many amazing stills. If he can steal Brewmaster's ult, that's probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
There's some good stuns as well.
I do generally like a farmed Rubik. Sylar's Wrath going for a smoke. They're gonna looks like they're heading mid, except for Timbersaw's heading bottom. Timbersaw's the only one that's not smoked. 4-man smoke behind the Timbersaw. They're going in to invade this. They're running into
Dark
stuff.
Horse
That
is
is not
really
the hero.
grouped.
Really good positioning. Did they see the smoke? They are excellently positioned. Great stun by DK.
So he's
And King Bob, is he dead? He's just dead. King Bob immediately died.
Oh wow,
Great
okay.
job by X5. Ferocious Spud's ulti not doing nearly as much, not able to get in the back line. Undying going down.
Big heal from Undying.
Dead.
Will go down, yep.
Drew's still up. But Sylar's
This looks like a bad
fight.
fight. I would disengage for sure. And it
Big
looks like
lift,
Gyro
they
gets
kill
caught.
Gyro? Gyro's dead as well.
Oh, no.
What a comeback. What a fight. What a smoke.
The Wraith King does get out, but they lose everyone else except for
So I think one of the
Wraith King.
biggest things that happened in that fight, first of all, they had an AC, which really helped them. Lotus Orb really big. But X5 actually stunned King Bob as he was going in on the back lines before he could get there. And then nobody could get on the back lines. And so with these two tanky boys, I mean, 3,600 HP and 44 armor from the DK, what do you do?
Yeah.
Plus he has evasion.
And there's just so much
status
control on their
resistance.
side. We didn't talk about it, but with the DK stun, the Rubik lift, and then the steals that he'll get, I see that he's stealing a lot of the Wraith King stuns. And
I
then
think
the
this is
Sapphire.
Yeah, I think this is where the skilled matchup is coming in. First a Spud going in on the... Oh, Glimmer Cape out. Simba gets the still as well on the stun, so Simba loves that still. I think this might be where the skill matchup pays off, even though Dark Horse has done an excellent job making movements. This is really going to come down to team fight, and Sylar's Wrath, 4 Divine players, they know how to come back. They know how to team fight. Once they get a couple items, which is what they needed, they were really able to kind of blow up the Gyrocopter, which is incredible to me. They haven't been able to do that at all. Dark Horse smoking when the Gyro's dead. Is this a good move on their part?
They find Snapfire. They're going to get this kill very easily. They're not even going to contest with it.
So
and a crit
I
to
don't know if
finish.
they meant to do that, but they immediately smoke after the crit of Snapfire. I'm assuming that that was unintentional and very lucky.
Their
That was
lines are
probably
drawn
trying to
top. They're
pop
looking for
dust.
Rubik.
They don't see him.
And it looks like they're going to head back to the Roche. That was the one thing that happened with that is they did get to see the Roche was up. So they probably wanted another
getting
pick.
a Maelstrom, noticing that the only way to bring down this DK right now is magic damage. And now he's getting a BKB. Once the BKB on DK, what do they do?
It looks like Stuff has an Abyssal queued up, and so that may be their answer for that, is just keep him locked down.
Their pings are on Roche Pit. They know they're in there, but it's too late. It's too late.
Like last time, there's nothing they can do here.
Late. Yeah.
They take it so fast, and again, Aegis goes to Gyro.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good call. Wraith King doesn't need anything right now. He's living so long.
They just blew up Gyrocopter last fight.
That's true.
They locked him down. Gyrocopter getting the BKB. Knows that he can't get locked down. Chicken Biscuit's waiting in the tree's bottom, trying to push out this bottom lane. He does finish his BKB as well, and is finally going to get some damage. Going to get some right-click damage with the Chrysalis. Do you think you save for buyback on this, or do you just get the Chrysalis?
It's hard because I just feel like this Ags is so underwhelming right now. They had the pipe on the Undying, and so this extra burst of magic damage from the 2 Dissimulates just isn't feeling like it should. Have you noticed that the Silence has been doing a lot in fights?
Well, Silence hasn't been really, because usually Brewmaster is still able to get his ulti off. I haven't seen them. I think that's kind of what the idea is, but it hasn't been. Oh, this feels bad. They're just ulting Snapfire ult on the Gyrocopter when they're pushing top.
Wow.
Just to try to push him back. Now they don't have a big ulti for
A
their
lot of
fight
damage
coming
is
up.
missing now.
half damage on tower. Rue just runs up. With this Satanic, he's just hitting the tower and forcing them all back with his flat cannon.
Wow. The BKB from the
on
stuff.
the back line. 3-man silence. It kind of prevents a 4-man silence.
It looks
now.
like the call is to back right now from Dark Horse.
However, they're re-engaging. Ferocious Bud goes in on
Nice
Simba.
stun from King Bob.
Great Glimmer Cape. Satanic pops. Stuff's first life going
They're
down.
just missing so much
Fight
damage
back on
here.
Rubik. It just, yeah, they're just not able to kill these heroes. TP and gets canceled.
Oh, wow.
They kill the Yule Scepter.
Gyrocopter looks like his Aegis will be going down here. Are they going to stay and fight, or are they going to get out?
I think they smartly leave him. Wow.
They have
what
just the
a
chain
hold.
stuns, can't do anything here. Wow.
They didn't even have Snapfire ult.
Wow. Here's the thing, they lost another T3 though, so they don't have any T3s left. Apparently the bottom one was pushed by the Wraith King Skeletons a little bit earlier, so which the Skeletons are still in there doing some work.
Yeah. Is that discouraging though when you try to high ground push again and you get denied?
Absolutely. Well, and it just feels like they're not winning right now. I just think they need more damage. I think that they're not getting onto the backlines right now, so I think this Abyssal will help the Wraith King to close that gap onto the backlines. Because I honestly do think this Snapfire heal with the cookie and the
50 seconds left until Gyro's up, and Sylar's Wrath is pushing now.
I think the Gyro will need to buy back here, and it looks like Wraith King is headed back to defend.
Brewmaster has cheese, so I think he's okay doing this right now.
I think this Silver Edge also could help him do some damage here.
He has to eat his cheese. He eats his cheese.
Okay.
Stuff does not lose his life. Oh, very close.
That was very close. A nice heal from Undying to keep him alive.
They are using repair kit. Dr. Maxito's using repair kit on the tower, which is wonderful. Great glyph. They're holding off Gyro. Gyro's not going to have to buy back. That's huge.
This is incredible. I guess the only push they really do have is from
Gyro's
this
up in 6
DK.
seconds.
And there's a stun on the
Tyler's
DK. It looks like they want to do something here. But yes, you're right. The call is to get back from Sylar's Wrath. They do fear the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, that's a smart. That
Rightly
was an excellent defense. Excellent defense by Dark Horse.
Absolutely. They didn't even lose the reincarnation.
Yeah.
No BKBs used. That was
They did use cheese. They did use cheese.
They did use cheese. You're right.
Brewmaster used cheese.
Do you feel like with this
Witless
network
Shaco.
lead,
Okay, tier 4 items are up.
who would you put this on?
What about just Wraith King? Yeah, he's keeping it.
On Wraith King. He did go the no reincarnation mana cost.
I mean, he doesn't need any mana.
Right.
He gets out
He has a
2
stun.
stuns, maybe 3 in the fight.
Yeah.
And then you use your Mortal Strike once, which is 80 mana. Like, you don't need more than 360 mana in the entire fight, which is what he's going to get.
Yeah, and 75 with the Abyssal now that he just picked up.
He has 4k HP.
Wow. Wow. I would not want to fight against this person either. Oh my gosh.
Minotaur Horn on King Bob.
So we are very close to level 25 on Wraith King. He is just one creep away, it looks like.
Ninja Gear on Rue.
And on the Sylar...
he TP. Does he not want that Ninja Gear?
What does he want? Looks like he has something coming out.
Mindbreaker. Yeah, I think he is getting.
Oh, he got Ninja Gear. Yeah, okay.
He got Ninja Gear. Yeah.
On Sylar's Wrath side, it looks like they have the Prince's Knife on the Dragon Knight, so he'll be able to Hex on his
I think they're still missing some tier 4 items, though. They need to get some out. They do have Magic Lamp on the Snapfire, but I only see 2 tier 4 items. Oh, no, just have a camera on Timbersaw now. Okay, there you go.
They just got a Leveler. Who would you put that on? I feel like it's only DK who likes the attack speed.
DK needs some damage.
He just sent the Prince's Knife back, so it looks like he will be getting that. Yep.
Yeah, 60 attack speed, that's huge. And then when he hits buildings, if they ever want to fight, he's just going to melt buildings.
Yep.
He's absolutely going to melt them.
Vanished.
So this Magic Lamp, wouldn't you want that on Timbersaw?
I just don't think it's that good of an item, to be honest.
Okay.
It's just, in my opinion, it's the worst tier 4 item. And honestly, I'd rather have a camera if I were Timbersaw too.
Okay.
100%. So. It looks like they're farming right now. Probably just holding on for 45 minutes, getting the runes. I think Dark Horse is feeling a little bit concerned because they just lost a high ground push again. Maybe they're just waiting on BKB for Gyro. That's got to be it.
Are they waiting for a buyback at all?
Yeah, Gyrocopter wants. He's got BKB and buyback now.
Okay.
So I think
It looks
I
like
think they pushed
Brewmaster
this.
is the only one that doesn't have it, but he's just short on gold. So,
Yeah, it looks like he opts for getting an Abyssal Blade instead of saving for buyback.
which the
That
Abyssal
could cost them. That's dangerous.
It
But
could.
Abyssal is definitely good to get that lockdown on the back line. Simba just. It looks like Simba's just stealing.
Oh, and they're going on to the
stock.
Wraith King. They lift him up. Simba lifts him up. Are they going to commit? Obviously, Wraith King is a very hard kill here. Oh, but on the other end, Dark Horse see Timbersaw, and they go onto him.
5-man silence. BKB's popped. Sylar committing ulti, not doing much damage with BKBs though. It looks
Wraith
like neither
finds
team's
him
really doing a ton of damage. Trickster getting low. Undying also getting low. Undying, good soul rip, keeping him alive. Glimmer Cape. On the back line, King Bob's getting very low. Stuff trying to hold back the 3 people. Trickster dying first. Oh, Trickster getting a kill. Almost kills 2 heroes. Kills 1-1 right now. This is a big fight. Both teams fighting very well. Stuff keeping the supports on the back line as well.
It's a very split up fight.
Are they going to bring him down? They bring down First Life. But he got his 25. That stuns them all.
Oh, wow. Big stuns.
That could be devastating. X5 going down. Very low. He's dead. And on the back lines, they kill... Ferocious Spud kills Simba.
Oh, wow.
Wow, they just blow them up now.
And there's
Buyback's
those
committed.
Abyssals coming in. And that's
King
a gem
Bob fights
down.
back
Gem down.
offensively.
Yeah, the gem is
King
now
Bob
on the...
knows that this could be their moment. This is huge. DK just commits the buyback immediately. He knows that they're going to push. This is big. So I think Ferocious Spud, that Abyssal Blade paying off, killing Simba.
They have a massive wave here in their base, down bottom. Are they going to be pushing with this?
Good Lotus Orb. But he's getting low still. Here comes Rue. Great damage. Wow, that's major damage. No buyback on the Brewmaster.
Oh, Brewmaster is dead.
Stuff getting low, but just not dying.
He BKBs. He's
The BKBs are back up.
he
and they can't
abyssals.
kill
He
him.
abyssals the Timbersaw.
Buyback
He gets a
on
stun
Timbersaw,
on
that's
him.
huge.
And there's another bash.
Dive.
Oh, and he takes him
Once again,
down.
trying to go low, but Void Spirit gets stunned. He gets stunned by the bash. Or
Oh
by the
my
death
gosh.
Of the
By the Wraith Fire Blast.
And Dr. Maxito survived. That's huge.
And that's game. That has got to be game.
1v4. There's no way Chicken Biscuits hold this off. Do they get Mega Creeps or they just end?
I would get Mega Creeps just in
GG's
case.
called.
Oh, GG.
GG's
Wow.
called. Dark Horse wins it. What? What
What a
great
game. What a game.
That's impressive. Dark Horse, their first match of the day, beating a team with 4 Divines and 1 Legend. That's incredible. Rue does say close one at the end. That was a very close game.
It was.
Both
That
teams
was
fighting very
That
well.
was holding your breath there at the end.
What an incredible game. I was just really impressed how Sylar's Wrath was able to hold, even though they were, 12k down for so long.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can see the net worth graph was clear in the favor of Dark Horse, but they brought it back, almost a 10k swing, at one point in the game, and but eventually the Dark Horse, comes out on top.
Yeah, kind of interesting that the kind of an appropriate name, Dark Horse.
Absolutely, absolutely. They were
That's exciting.
definitely the Dark Horses of that match, and they were able to come on top.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they do in the upcoming matches of the tournament. Looks like on the end game screen, it looks like damage actually relatively very even. Rue doing a ton of damage, 51k for Dark Horse, but Stuff also way up there, 48k. And then obviously we're getting the control elements of the supports and Ferocious Spud
And the Brewmaster.
doing 27k, so that's not bad at all. But then we have Sylar's Wrath. Did you know that Chicken Biscuits was doing so much damage? I didn't feel like that, but 48k damage.
That's
So
a
I think the
ton.
Axe was doing work,
Yeah.
even though it didn't feel like it. Trickster obviously did feel that major damage coming out, 45k. So I think, do you think that was kind of, maybe Dark Horses did know that they were going to pick a Timbersaw and just kind of allowed him to do it, but
it
didn't-
looked like they had the laning answer. to that.
Yeah,
With the Undying, he just made Timbersaw feel so squishy. Like, forget the armor. If you don't
exactly.
have any health, like, oh man, it was
Well,
incredible.
it's kind of one of those pseudo counters, right? It's
Right,
like you have the Timbersaw that's obviously going to be amazing against the Undying, but Undying's also very good against the Timbersaw. I mean,
right,
Dr. Maxito solo killed Timbersaw when he was like level 8 at one
right.
point. So
Incredible move.
X5, even though he went the crazy armor build, he still did 40k damage. Simba 22k on the Rubik, 70k on Sylar. So really tons of damage overall. I think the team fights were very even. Dark Horse just had enough farm, I think, with their good movements early on, their good calls, and their good plays. Shout out to Stuff. Look at that 14, 2, and 15 on his
Wow,
Wraith King. That is a deadly Wraith King.
that
No
is
wonder they
deadly.
first picked that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
incredible.
I was a little bit nervous with the Wraith King first pick. It just feels so easy to counter. You know, you get a PL, you get illusion based heroes, and there's just not very much he can do with them. And then obviously the
Yeah.
mana break from diffusals. You know, you get a Naga, you get these. It just feels bad. But I guess Wraith King is strong enough right now, and they did ban PL. I noticed. So I guess they had the solution to the draft. So that was actually pretty amazing. That was an
Yeah.
amazing game.
Definitely fun game to watch. A fun,
Yeah.
fun tournament to start at. I do expect Sylar's Wrath to bounce back from this. They're a good team overall. But
One
honestly, great start for Dark Horse. That's impressive.
One quick note: it looks like Sylar's Wrath Timbersaw was worth the pick, even with the rough laning stage and with the low amount of farm. He had a massive impact. He had almost the most hero damage on his team, just 3k short of the Void Spirit, and then his KDA was the only one that was positive.
Yeah,
So just
I
an
agree.
incredible play from this Timbersaw. So
All right. Well, let's check out our next games. Thanks everybody for joining us on this one.